Hi, my name's Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man. And today I'm going to do my best at teaching about spirit animals, which I'm going to do my best to teach about spirit animals. Not what online teaches, but what I actually know about them. This is more of a, I'm going to say this is a tougher topic to teach about because my angels are letting me put it together and piece it together. They sometimes give me all the answers to something or stuff, but this is what they're having me piece together. So they tell me some answers here and there, but they also let me do a lot of piecing of it together, I guess, in a way that I can teach to other people, in a way that I can use myself, in a way that I can add my own intuition to. So I'll do my best to teach about this. And my angels will be helping me teach about this too. So when it comes to spirit animals, basically in the Garden of Eden, God designed a bunch of animals to be with Adam. So he had named all the animals. And the thing is, this can be a little tough to explain. So these animals God knew about these animals before Earth. These animals inhabited the other worlds before they're on Earth. They're a little bit different on the other worlds. Some of them are the same, but some of them are a lot different. And the animals that we have on Earth are derivatives of animals from other worlds. I'm not going to say what other worlds. So if you like evolution, this is a spiritual video. If you don't like it, what I'm teaching, you can leave. So I'm going to teach you guys how to work with, and yeah, I'm serious too. If someone's like, well, the science textbook. Okay, I'm teaching spirituality here. This is a spiritual channel. So, and yes. So I'm teaching you guys how to work with spiritual animals as well. This is not something you worship. You worship the Most High God. With angels, we work with angels. Angels are friends and family. With spiritual animals, they're more of an aspect. It's kind of like how a planet's energy hits the world. So, for example, we can feel the moon's energy hitting us, and we can empower ourselves with the moon's energy, but we don't worship it. The same thing applies to totem animals. And sometimes you guys will become your totem animal. Like, you'll literally start resembling your totem animal. Maybe a wolf. Well, I'm gonna say there's upsides and downsides to totem animals, and you have to know the actual animal behind the totem animal. So these are all aspects. So this is like, for example, a totem animal can be a fly. It can be, and that's not technically a totem animal. We're gonna put that in the topic of totem animals for this video. So when it comes to fish, every kind of living being, if it moves, we're talking about it. We're not talking about every animal, but I'm going to use some examples. So someone can have, how many totem animals can someone have? You can have a main one, a primary one, and then a bunch of secondary ones. So you'll always have one primary or two primaries, maybe three. It's mainly one, because it's kind of like what's at the top of the surface. Then you can put it below the surface, and then something else will come on top of that, like a totem. So you can have two. You technically can, but in a lot of Native American culture, you'll see totems. Sometimes they'll have two faces, but it's most likely one face at the totem. Kind of how it goes with totem animals. So there's dark aspects about totem animals. So there's a whole aspect of how I'm not going to say that. I will not say anything I'm not supposed to be saying on this video. But for example, skinwalkers, that's the dark aspects and demonic aspects of totem animals. You bend it, you twist it, you do rituals to the point where you can actually snap. I'm not going to say too much, but you can actually turn into an animal. Those rituals are not of God. God did not intend that for humans. That is possible, and that's out there. So I'm just going based off the myths, guys, just off the legends. Disclaimer, this is a spiritual video, but when it comes to totem animals, you have to know, and I'll teach you how to work more with totem animals. If you don't know what your totem animal is, it's probably something you like. You can pick a totem animal. You're not stuck with one. You can do anyone you like. Pick anything you like. That's it. That's how God set this up to be. So, for example, I'll share some of my totem animals. They're not overly personal because you can have a million of them. One of them being bat. One of my totem animals, bat. If you see me most of the time, it's probably at nighttime or when the sun's going down. So, the time I astral travel is mostly at nighttime when everyone's asleep. So, yes. So, and that's how for example, that's how I catch a lot of people doing bad things. Is I'm just going around the astral realm, and I'll turn my head and look and I'm like, hey, what's that person doing? And that person's confessing everything they ever done bad in their dream. But that's just, and your totem animal is something you can pick as a form to go in the astral realm with. That's something I will teach about in the future. I've taught that to people who have necklaces from me, custom necklaces, because that's very specific. But the astral realm, you can literally change forms. It's called the law of interdimensions with mirrors, or the law of mirror dimensions, or the law of mirror dimensions, if I'm saying that right. But going on to the point of totem animals, if you want to look like a squirrel in the astral realm, you could look like a squirrel. That's how dark entities are able to come into your dreams. They're just like, hey, I'm gonna look like your grandma. Looks like your grandma has red eyes, and you're like, hey, that's not grandma. Same thing applies. So it's very interesting. So these are aspects like the moon, like the sun, like Saturn, like Venus, like Neptune, etc. They're different planets, but these are different totems. So God designed animals because animals have a primary aspect. So, and this is, I have to teach this 100% correctly, so I'm really thinking about what I'm saying. So you can actually take on a totem of an animal. Some of you might be a lion, a lot of you it's a lion, a lot of you it's a butterfly. What about, so let's talk about some aspects of characteristics. So a butterfly, for example, if you're seeing butterflies all around you, your angels are sending you the totem animal qualities of butterfly. So even angels take on totem animal aspects. Very trippy. Brachial, it's butterflies, and this is super interesting. Butterflies and dragonflies. So when it comes to demons, it's flies. There's literally a lord of flies. So with demons, it's flies. Like, just fight out those annoying flies. That can be a totem animal, and it actually can be a totem animal, but not my favorite one. It actually, it's people's shadow totem animal. Cockroaches are a very good one. So cockroaches are very good. They're very resilient. So I'll teach you a secret right now. If you're astral traveling into that, if you're in the astral realm and you're in a place that's normally very lethal, you can try turning yourself into a cockroach and you'll probably get past some defenses. So by defenses, I mean, like, for example, if you're going into a library and you're pulling a book and the library has certain traps, then okay, then do that. If I lost you at that point, then it's probably not meant for you to hear. But and yes, this is very complicated to teach. You can actually warp yourself in the astral realm into anything. You can look like someone's grandmother. So so that's the actual astral realm. It's shape-shifting. Angels can change forms. Demons change forms all the time. So when it comes to, and yes, totem animal, the fly is flying in my face, whatever. But let's talk about this in the aspect of shadow aspect. So let's just say wolf, for example. Wolf is a pack animal. It likes to work together in teams. And you have to, if you don't know the totem animal aspects, Google will tell you. So wolf works with teams, and depends on the wolf. Some wolves are some brown wolves, for example, like Asian brown wolves or box wolves, or whatever called, like to go solo, for example. If I'm saying that wolf name correctly, box wolf. It's something, okay? I don't have an animal dictionary in front of me, but what if your totem animal is a snake? Then that's okay, because as long as it's not the shadow aspects, you're fine. So snakes, they're very resilient. They defend themselves, etc. There's a whole bunch of aspects about snake. They can mean prosperity, especially for green snakes. Black snakes, more so protection. They're fierce protectors of themselves and their surroundings. Let's go back to wolf. So what's the shadow aspect? So with the shadow aspect of wolf, you ever see a werewolf? Same thing can apply. So around the full moon, and it doesn't matter how nuts it sounds, it's actually true. So around the full moon, if you're someone who has an totem animal of a wolf, you'll feel a lot more angry, ragey, you'll be more vicious, for better or for worse. Hey, someone's clapping as I'm doing my video. For better or for worse. Hey, I just got someone gave me the applauded. Someone drove past clapping at my video. They must have the totem animal of what animal claps? I don't know. My mind's hopping different totem animals right now, but so butterflies have to do with transformation. What's the shadow animal aspect of a butterfly? Well, how does a butterfly get to being a butterfly? And this is something you really got to think about. So this is very intricate information. So if you see me doing this is like really thinking mode. So you really have to think about this stuff. That's why I suggest you guys work with one totem animal. So let's think about it. This is super interesting. So butterfly, for example, has to do with transformation. You know how painful it is for a for a caterpillar to go to a butterfly? It's very painful, and it's not every caterpillar makes it to a butterfly. A lot of them get eaten. Now, let's think of some other totem animal examples. Fox. Well, foxes can be sly. Let's a downside of that. Well, let's switch to cat real quick. Let's switch to cat, because you can actually read people based off their totem animal. So, okay. If you see someone that looks like I'm just gonna say, if that person, their face resembles a cat, as crazy as it sounds, then you know their totem animal is probably a cat. If you have a dream of a cat, it's probably associated with that person. So, and even with your third eye, even if it's not physical features, that you're like, this person, this woman or this guy kind of looks like a cat. Like they resemble a cat, and that person probably loves cats, etc. So, with that person's totem animal, it's most likely a cat. So if you look at that person and you ask yourself, all right, what are some behaviors that cats have? So think of one person you know who looks like a cat, and it could be a male or woman. It's most likely women are more likely to have this totem animal aspect. So that if that person looks like a cat, even spiritually, like they're in your third eye, that person appears as a cat. As crazy as it sounds. Like I said, this video is not for people who think things sound crazy, but when you can read that person's energy just based off how they look. So if they look like a cat physically, they have some aspect of totem animal of cat in them. That's just how it is. God made energy, and energy can't die or be transferred. It cannot be killed, or it can only be transferred. And this is one of those tougher video topics to teach about, because I'm like, let me explain this correctly. I've actually done a very good job at explaining this correctly, but it's a lot of information. So I might do future videos on specific totem animals. If you guys like that, comment that in the comment section. But if you know someone who looks like a cat, just even spiritually, because like, oh, that person looks like a cat. Well, if their face resembles something that triggers your mind to think that, oh, I associate this person with like a cat for some reason, then that person has a totem animal of a cat. So think about what cats do. Cats are very to themselves. They come around, and cats are catty. So I'm thinking of one person. Cats come around when they want attention. They leave you alone, and this is not every cat either. This is just a general example about the totem animal. But they'll come around when they want attention, and they'll leave when they have enough attention. So, in essence, that person's to themselves. They'll come around when they want to talk to you, or when they want something from you, but they'll leave you alone afterwards. That's kind of a shadow aspect as well, because that's not the kind of person you want like that consistently in your life. But cats can be very fierce predators, so that person's probably very quick, and they can defend themselves spiritually, physically, etc. And you. Cats, let's talk about shadow aspects. When you see a black cat in a dream, it means someone's stealing from you. It could be your time, or it could be something else. So if that person has shadow aspects, they're most likely going to be that person. And for whatever reason, when you see cats, it means someone's probably going to steal it. If you see a black cat. So if that person's shadow aspects, that person is more likely to steal something. So it could be energy, it could be time, it could be money, it could be... So if that person resembles a cat, and that person looks just like a cat, they're probably going to be someone who steals. It's because of totem animals. It's energy. It doesn't... And this might shock some of you, like, oh my god, this is really adding up. There's a whole animal kingdom that I can't talk about in this video. So if you see someone who resembles almost a dog... And I'm not being funny. You guys probably laughing at home. If you see someone whose face resembles a dog, and you ever just think to yourself and you feel bad, well, this person reminds me of a dog, because they act like a dog, they look like a dog. That person's probably very simple-minded. So they're probably very sweet, very lighthearted, very friendly. But when they come around, they get very excited, happy to see you, and then they start calming down and they start relaxing. But they still like being near you, and they calm down and relax, just like a dog. So that person's another aspect. It's a shadow aspect. It's a neutral aspect. That person's more likely to chase. So that person probably chases love, chases money, because when you throw something for a dog, they're gonna chase. So a shadow aspect of the dog, what can a dog do? A dog can bite. So that person can probably bite you. Spiritually, emotionally, physically, etc. So, or they might say something that's just like a bite. Or when that person goes to talk, they just might say something horrendously offensive by accident, or just even on purpose, and like, it's because dogs can bite. Alright. This video has gotten long enough. Guys, if you like videos like this is a very concentrated topic for me to teach about. It's a mouthful to teach about. It takes a lot of thinking. It's like, I'm thinking to myself, I've said everything perfectly correctly in this video. I'll teach more videos like this. This is incredibly sophisticated as a topic. I would like to have taught this in the past before, but I'm like, how am I going to teach that? But one of my angels was like, just go ahead. Don't rehearse it, just talk. Let your true, authentic self come out. I'm like, okay, thank you. So if you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. If you like more videos like this, and comment that you like more videos of this. Oh yeah, check out floridastoneman.com if you haven't already. Wow, have you guys seen my website? It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's awesome. Also, I'm very excited about my website, by the way. For the people who would like their own custom necklaces, DM Florida Stone Man on Instagram. I'm making custom necklaces for a select couple of people. I can only make a certain amount of custom necklaces at a time because that's why I'm opening it to YouTube now, because I usually do it for people on TikTok, but I'm now offering custom necklaces for people on YouTube. You can DM me for your own custom prescribed necklace on there, and spiritually prescribed. I'm not a medical doctor. They're based off your astrological chart, your background, your spirituality, your angels, how to connect to your angels better by using a Florida Stone Man necklace, etc. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. I'm excited to teach this video. It's just, this entire video is just a lot of information. I'm just kind of like, wow, I just got a lot of information out. But until then, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.